Ahoy hoy! I'm B-Side Berto. Welcome to another episode of Elk Boulder on Settlement Survival, a strategy city builder game by Gleamer Studio. These episodes of Elk Boulder are a series of screenshots of gameplay. This episode is from a much longer gameplay, and I'll go through a quick recap and then a tour at the end, show you what I've been doing the past few weeks. The last episode of Elk Boulder ended around year 21, and by the end of this one, we'll get to around year 38-ish. Here's a photo from going on to year 38. I have everything separated pretty much by the marketplaces. I have 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. For reference, when you hear me say the first marketplace, I usually been calling Old Town. My second marketplace I've been referring to as the industrial zone or industrial area. And my third marketplace I've been calling the lake neighborhood. Here's a recap of what we did on Elk Boulder. We began with a technology point being used on remodel, the reinforcement. This will get you building kits, which you can put in homes to help with earthquakes or help build other buildings. I am now trading with Lorenzo. I have finished Rania Tier 2. I had just started building my third city center, my third marketplace, so I continue building homes in elongated rows. Another technology point on paper for the paper mill. A merchant ship came through. I didn't take photos of every merchant ship, just the ones that are of significance. This one had livestock on it, horse, cattle, and chicken. I honestly probably should have bought 2. I only bought 1, and the decision was between chicken and cattle. And I already had 2 birds, and I didn't want 3, and I wanted the leather for other purposes, so I ended up going with cattle. Next technology point is on kiln, so I can make kiln factories. Throughout this gameplay, I did not accept any more immigrants. This is the only photo I took of it. Some administrators did get cycled through when their term expired, but I didn't take any photos of that. It was nothing of significance. I started putting building kits and bedding sets in some neighborhoods to make them safe for earthquakes. Not too long after I bought the cattle, I ended up getting buffalo. Buffalo also has leather as part of its slaughter, so I probably should have gotten the chicken for the eggs, but it is what it is. I put down 3 kiln factories, 1 making each thing: glass bottles, glass, and bricks. Tier 1 with Lorenzo gives you hardwood seeds, the farm, and hardwood tools. I'm more looking for the barbershop in Tier 2 and the small fishing port in Tier 3, so I'm going to continue trading with them. Technology point in food processing for the veg processing plant and a butcher building. I had a lot of home demand as I was slowly building homes in this third marketplace area. I did put down some interim housing to see how it looked and see how it would play out. It didn't work very well, so I ended up demolishing both of these interim housings. Here's a little checkpoint at year 25, about 4 years into when we started this. I'm at about 630 people. My health has been going up and down, the 50s and 60% range. And my health has been doing decent, nothing spectacular. A technology point on lighting, so I can get the lighting factories. The lighting factory can take fat or beeswax and turn it into lamp oil, and then glass bottles and lamp oil can turn into lanterns. And I also get alpaca. The new hunter's hut that I put in the corner has been working lately. I've gotten more animals in the past couple years than I have all the entire game. And one of them I had to buy from the boat. I did forget to take a few photos of some technology, so did get the exploration technology for the quarry. I got a mill, and I had also got the exploration technology for the mines, because my original quarry and my original mines were starting to run out. Below my third city center, I did put down some pastures in the farmland area, and one of those pastures did get hit with an animal plague. It was the only pasture I had that got affected, so it was a quick turnaround for recovery. Started this build with a slow technology rate. I didn't want to build too fast. I kind of wanted a slow burn on it, but now I'm starting to try to pick back up. So with this technology point, I get education efficiency to help increase the technology points. At this point, I did get tier 2 Lorenzo. I did forget to take a photo with it. So I do have a barber shop in some areas as I continue putting more homes. Technology point on the bread shop, since now I have mills making flour. I did have a merchant ship come through, and with everything I had, I was able to get 1,000 baskets out of it. I am not making baskets currently myself. And I made sure that at least one of every one of these buildings here, the reeds, the salt works, the reservoir, and the sand pits, all had at least some baskets going in to give it a work efficiency boost. I used a technology point on senior housing. This ended up being a mistake. I had a few traveling merchants, but only this one I took a photo of because it was over $2,500 worth. So I exchanged leather out for some cash. This technology point I used on legal education to get Office of Edicts disseminations. You can fill these little buildings up and you get more edict points out of it. This merchant ship, I got steel tools out of it, but I took a photo of it so you can see the price I'm getting out of it. My inventory in the docks is about 50%, and I'm getting well over 10,000 coins or dollars from the trades. Here's my first Office of Edict disseminations. You can see it holds up to 3 people, and the more people you put in, the more edict points you get from them. And I know one of them is going to expand the marketplace areas, which means I can put more homes in these marketplace zones. So here's a before of the first city center of the marketplace circle. The second marketplace area in the industrial zone. This is my third marketplace area, pretty much filled up as far as the circle edges are concerned. Put down the edict buildings, one in each one, and there was 3 people in each one. From all of them, I ended up getting over 5,000 edict points. Some of the newer ones I have put down are water cleaning technology. The water reservoir output increases by 25%. Green forest. It's a boost to the fortress hut and the apiaries. Booming marketplace. This is the one I was talking about where it increases the circle where you can build more homes. Bodybuilding, which helps the citizens' health. Neat and tidy. The tree effect goes up. The regional space planning helped out with the storage capabilities. The storage yards all get bigger. The grafting skills, the fruit gets done quicker. The fodder reserves helps my mills. And the salt production techniques increases my salt works production. From the edicts, the marketplace area gets bigger, and this is the after effect. The after of the second marketplace. And you can see the after of the third marketplace. I said the senior housing was a mistake because I was waiting for the marketplace to get bigger before I put it down, but I already built a little neighborhood where I wanted to put it. And I could have rearranged, I could have knocked down stuff, but I'm getting towards the end of this one. I'm not going to fill up the entire map. So I just scrapped the entire senior housing idea. I could put down a 4th one, but I don't think I will, but we'll see. I use this technology point on boarding school. I do need another school, but I'm trying to get to the academy, the next technology, because once you get that, it gives you 3 technology points. So I'm trying to get there to help get me more further because I am falling behind technology-wise. Through an event, I am getting tea seeds. I think I need a plantation for that, which I do not have yet. My first marketplace area, I did cut stone roads and cut stone floors, and I really don't like the look of it. So in the third marketplace area, I'm doing stone roads and stone floors. So I'm starting to fill it out slowly. I finally got tier 3 with Lorenzo. For the small fishing port is what I was trying to go for, so I can get oysters. Finally, I can get the academy technology now. So when I click on it, I should be able to get 3. Now I have 3 extra technology points. Those 3 I use on fishing net, which I need for my oysters. Drinks, so I can make tea or alcohol. And sugar refining. And I did go through a level 2 typhoon. My population has been going down. My laborers are around 90, which is not too bad, but it was at 160 at one point. And this typhoon did kill a few people through lightning strikes. And just before we pause it, I do get the technology for the warehouse, and I do start building them throughout the city of Elk Boulder. With the pause, we can do a quick little tour. This is the first city center, the Old Town. I now have more room to build houses for the edict expansion I just got. I do have a barber shop right on top of the clinic. It acts like a secondary clinic. Each city center has an office of edict dissemination with 3 people. This one's by my Palace of Justice and police station. I do have 2 bread shops, one making present bread, the other ceremonial bread. And I did put a warehouse right on top of it. Next to that, next to all my pastures, I have 2 mills. Both of these mills are making flour for those bread shops. At the bottom of the city center, you can see my coffee orchards. I only have 3. This has been my main trade resource for most of the game. I'm currently sitting at almost 6,000 of them, and I do have a little storage yard specifically just to hold coffee. These orchards are from my dates. I don't have an access yet, but I do plan on making alcohol with these eventually. I did put down a winery. Right now it's making beer because I have so much oats, but the goal is to have a whole road or 2 of wineries and tea shops. I ended up putting the hardwood forest farm by the old quarry in the first city center, just left of it. And I do have a lot of it, and it's hard to get rid of it because the weight of it is hard to trade. And my original smithy, I did just switch over to hardwood tool. I was under the assumption you needed steel to make hardwood tool, but I was wrong. You just need the hardwood wood. So I just recently had turned this over. And I put a sugar workshop there. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just kind of put it in an open spot. In my second city center, the industrial zone, it's my first mosque I put. To the top right of it, I do have a little textile bedding area. I just switched one of my textile mills to linen because I was falling behind on my stockpile. And all that is getting from cotton. This is one of my 2 cotton farms. And to the right of my farms is my alpaca pastures. This is a pretty poor placement, but it's working so far. Beneath all that in the mountains, you can see my mountain quarry with my masonry. These 2 were originally the quarry on the other side, so everything just got moved over here. Beneath that, you can see the original coal and iron mines. They're now shut down. They have both been replaced with open mines. Through trade with Lorenzo, I got an ancient smeltery, which allows iron and lumber to be made into steel. And I did put down a warehouse in my little kiln neighborhood right here. These are the farms I built after my original standard farms. So these have been there for a good part of the game, and they're still kicking. I need to get scarecrows for them to help give them a little bonus. In the bottom right of these, I did put another tailor because I was short on clothes for a while, making down jackets. I have 2 vegetable processing plants, and both are kicking well over 1,000 per year, right next to my paper mill. And through Lorenzo, I just got a small fishing port, which gives you oysters. This fishing port does require nets, so I did put another workshop, a knitting workshop, on the other side of the fishing dock there that's specifically making nets for the oysters. In my third city center, the lake neighborhood, I did put down another mosque and try to do a decoration a little bit more. I just put down a boarding school. I realized I need furniture for it, so a trade route is going out to get that. And on the bottom, there's some pastures and some farmland. So I put down another mill. This one is making malt. That malt is going to the sugar workshop to get turned into sugar. Also down here, I have 2 butchers turning raw meat into meat chops. I will be getting canning and the barbecue technology soon, so those meat chops can get turned into better food. This is a hunter's hut, my second one that I put in the corner. This one has been doing its job quite well. This is the photo of the Old Town, the first city center. You can see all the stone roads and stone floor I'm putting down. I'm still putting down some decorations. It's not the best, but I'm playing around with some ideas. I also want to decorate this area with the boarding school after it gets built. That's why I extended the road a little further, and I'll see what I can do with that. I have a trade caravan that's already out with Carlos for a bunch of things that I kind of need at the moment. So I am waiting for this to come back before I finish this episode. And it's about halfway there at this point. And while I'm waiting, I take a picture of some flock of birds. I'm probably going to put this up on Steam. I don't know why I liked it so much, but it caught my eye. And I was experimenting with putting the stone floor on the apiaries. I only did one to see what it looked like. And honestly, I don't like it. I like the open grass area with the beehives in the back. But I just left this just so I can see what it does look like. You can tell me what you think, grass or stone. That trade caravan finally returned, and I actually got tier 1 with Carlos, so now I have cactus seeds and cactus workshops. And with everything I just got back from that caravan, I got the furniture to finish the boarding school, some gears to put in the mill that's making malt. With some fodder that came back with rope I got turned into bait for the small fishing port to get a bonus for fishing efficiency. Some more gears in the water textile mill. The sugar workshop gets an oven. The ink I got with some paper I already had gives me a bonus where I can add another employee so I can make more flour. My bread shops are constantly running low on flour, so if I add an employee here, it will help out a little bit. And my intention is to add another employee to the other one as well. Thanks for watching this episode of Elk Boulder. On the next episode, episode 11, we'll be finishing up with this build, and then I'll finish up the entire series of Elk Boulder, episode 12. Take care, and have a good one.